So I know how to work something.
Yeah.
Facebook Live. I'm Tony. Hello and welcome, everyone.
Hey.
Welcome on behalf of the Podguyz podcast. We are bringing it to you live as we do every Monday. Every Monday. I'm Tony Cass.
Kevin Neary here.
Of course, the ever-loving Picasso, the writer of rights, the wronger of wrongs.
He says hi. He's got the big board out. We are ready to roll. We had just the three of us, just the three Musketeers riding today, right, Tony?
Yeah, and we unfortunately we had a guest back out for some personal stuff. We will get them on in a couple more weeks. It is what it is.
I was excited. The promo looked really cool, but yeah, we got some bigger news going on, Tony. Besides just one guest, whatever, we'll reschedule on that.
We have big news. Do we really?
So much stuff going on. So much.
There is actually a ton of stuff going out in the world. Where do we start first, Kevin?
We're going to start off with what just had everybody's jaws dropping today. 81-year-old Martha Stewart is the face of swimwear for Sports Illustrated magazine right now. She is probably the only 81-year-old woman you could look at in a one-piece bikini and not feel the need to vomit immediately, because holy crap, is she holding up just like paper mache on a rainy day. Pretty good. Not great, but pretty good. Not all, 81, dude.
I mean, she wasn't ridden hard and put up wet.
Speaking of Snoop Dogg. She
looks great for an old saddle, you know?
Yeah, no, it's 81 years old. I mean, that you can tell she kind of takes care of herself to a fitness degree. You can check it out, the Podguyz podcast, or anywhere on the internet. Basically, she is looking. She's looking like she's in her late 60s, and I'm maxing her out there. You know.
Oh, that's a good max too.
Yeah. There goes my fucking internet being ridiculous. There we go.
No, she looks like really good.
Yeah,
really.
we have some very, very interesting comments here on the Podguyz podcast Facebook fan page right here. If you're a fan of the podcast, check out the Podguyz podcast on Facebook. Give it a like, give it a click. Just we like to post some funny memes and videos every now and then, right, Tony?
Yeah, every once in a while.
Yeah, like every day. So
yeah, every day.
Dawson Hicks,
funny or entertaining?
Big shout out to Dawson Hicks being the first commenter on this. Says that is wrong and disturbing on so many levels. Now, Dawson doesn't like women to begin with, so this comes as no surprise to me. I'm just just throwing it out there. He would love it if it was one of the Golden Girls in zombie wear, but that's all right, you know. John Fry, big shout out to John Fry. Just put down the word would. So I had to reply to John Fry about that because he said something positive. We're here about positivity. We're not here to shame Martha Stewart.
No way.
So I put down a GIF there of the women's tag team championship. If you catch.
Look, without getting too nasty, I would lick her cupcakes.
Well, Tony, she actually bakes cupcakes. So
I know. So I would eat them.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So whose cupcakes would you not eat?
Danny Trejo's.
Ooh, all right. Yeah, it would probably taste like there'd be chili powder on those cupcakes. A little spicy, right?
It would be a spicy cupcake.
Little spicy cupcake right there.
Although he does have quite a few restaurants that he owns out in California.
But no bakeries.
No bakeries.
See, there's the big thing. So Kit Carson, big shout out to Kit Carson. He says, plastic surgery is amazing. I don't really see her as a plastic surgery person.
No, she got airbrushed the shit out of.
And then he also commented, I wouldn't hit that with your Johnson. So just, a little bit about Kit. He would not take somebody else's Johnson and hit Martha Stewart with it. Sue Bruno puts down, she commented, she said, she looks fabulous. And I'm sure there are some filters, but still, that's what I was thinking too, Tony. Do you think there's any airbrush going on there?
There's a ton.
Okay. All right. 'Cause
Hell yeah.
makeup, airbrush. You gotta make. I think we're gonna try to coin the phrase. We're gonna call her a
Yeah.
gilf, right? A gilf.
She is definitely a gilf, but I'm thinking that her breast must look like a ball sack.
Just yeah, a little.
Oh yeah.
A lot of airbrushing around that area.
A ton.
A lot of wrinkle remove, like they used Teflon around the tits, right?
Teflon tits, yes.
Teflon around the tits. Sparky's got something on the board right there. Let's push it down to Sparky on the board. Sparky, turn that board around for us, would you please? And use his 2 arms to do it. Unedited photo. Holy crap. She's a stick figure with with orange hair and a green bikini on, and she looks like she's smoking something that she might have gotten from Snoop Dogg in the picture, guys. For our non-viewing audience, Sparky just drew what could only be described as the most detailed picture of Martha Stewart, more detailed than the one that is actually in reality right there. It is amazing. My eyes, Tony, how are your eyes doing? You got the 2020 vision.
I think Sparky airbrushed a little bit.
Sparky, did you use the brush with the air on it or no?
Unedited.
Oh, it says unedited. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So instead of just responding like a normal person, we're playing fucking mime time again. Great. Wonderful.
She really does have a lot of orange hair.
She does. The carpets do match the drapes.
Speaking of carpets and drapes, Tony, you actually shared the story that got the biggest hits during the Podguyz on the Podguyz podcast fan page right there.
I really did. And you know what? I'm kind of proud of myself a little bit.
I am too. I mean, Martha Stewart almost beat you out in one day, but this thing's been hanging around there for 5
It was close.
days.
It was really close.
So you want to lead off with that, or?
Yeah. Why not? I mean, I wanted to bring up a little bit about Doyle Brunson.
Yeah, Doyle Brunson. Who the hell is that?
You don't know Doyle Brunson?
Oh yeah, Doyle Brunson. The final fold happened today. Doyle Brunson died at
10-2. He is the 10-2, sir.
Sunday.
10-2. Yeah, the final flush happened right here.
Final flush, 10-2 offsuit. The Brunson himself dies at 89 years old.
Now, some people are saying he's not really dead. He's just bluffing.
Well, he knows when to hold him and he knows when to fold him.
Well, he's been holding his breath for a while if he is holding it and just really bluffing everybody. So it's kind of like when a magician dies, right? You don't really know until you know. Yeah, Doyle Brunson. He's counted as the most influential. Now, Tony, are you a poker player or no?
I do play a little dabbling of poker from here to here.
Is that what you're doing right now? You're playing poker?
I'm not.
Okay. Yeah, he died at the age of 89, according to his agent. So have you followed any of his work at all or no?
I have actually.
Yeah, me too. Because when you see somebody so heavily touted and so regarded, you have to kind of follow them along. Sparky was nodding pretty hard there. Sparky, do you have a story you'd like to share about Doyle Brunson?
Well, not an actual story, but he was one of those players that, like, everybody respected. Nobody had a bad thing to ever say about him. Because if you ever watch the times in the poker tournaments they're going on, there's certain players, they're all arguing amongst each other, always, like trying to rattle each other's cages. But with him, everybody just, they gave him the respect. It was a yes sir, no sir to him. So
yeah, so I mean, I guess you just he was known as Texas Dolly, right?
Yeah.
Texas Dolly, yep.
Yeah, so
he was an oil tycoon that made millions.
Man, what he sounds like a character from the TV series Dallas. You know that? Like, he was an oil tycoon.
He might actually be.
Yeah, quite possibly, man. And it's a weird stereotype, because I bet you dimes to dollars that he probably thought about owning an XFL team. just because, okay, Jerry Jones, oil tycoon, okay, owns the Dallas Cowboys, oil tycoon, plays poker, XFL team, Is there a third step there? Was there an inquiry? I guarantee there was an inquiry.
Oh, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Normally when people get oil, they're like, all right, what am I going to do with all this oil besides be rich all the time? Oh, yeah. Athletic men showering and hitting and grabbing on each other. Sounds like a plan. What are you reading there, Tony? What do you got?
Well, our next story kind of slips its way in like an OnlyFans should.
Oh, yeah. There was a OnlyFans model on the Podguyz podcast fan page. This is where we're getting all these stories from, guys. We share the stories throughout the week, and we hold it up there. That way,
and we talk about them.
And we talk about it. Yeah,
discussion.
You have to talk down. OnlyFans model, didn't she get? She got fired. Is this the story where an OnlyFans model got fired because she had an underager in the room?
No, they have this thing called Bang a Fan.
Whoa, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
They got a Bang a Fan thing?
They got a Bang a Fan thing.
So is it, there's a lot of details missing there, but I could assume that on the short end of the stick, it's basically about banging a fan.
Yeah, in every aspect of the mind.
So
So this lovely woman said that she's been banned from OnlyFans after filming a raunchy video with a fan who hasn't turned 18 yet. Now, Michelle Comey, an Instagram model from Italy, revealed in a now deleted TikTok video that she launched a competition for a loyal fan to create content with her on TikTok.
Okay.
The adult star, believed to be in her late 20s, explained that the recording went well, but her filming partner didn't disclose his date of birth. And she took it on trust that the teenager, believed to be 17 years old, was actually 18.
So she mistakenly had sex with a 17-year-old?
Now, this is Italy. This is Italy.
Was that over in Italy, though? You better check out the actual laws over in Europe.
Yeah. So because, the laws in Italy
are different.
Are slightly different. The age of consent is actually 14 in the wonderful country of Italy.
Okay. So by the way, guys, that's for any like person out there wondering that exactly, we're talking about you, Jared from Subway. 14 is legal over there.
Just take your 1.5 billion in crypto and move to Italy.
Yeah, just in case you're not wanting to go to jail. And you can do there, Jared from Subway. You can tell every Italian that you like Subway hoagies over theirs. You're like, hey, is there a Subway around here? I'm not allowed within 50 feet of one.
Yeah, while the age of consent in Italy is only 14, OnlyFans rules state that the only people over 18 can access or post content on the site. So you need to be 18 plus in order to post or have access to that information on OnlyFans.
Okay.
So her site got canceled and taken down.
Yeah, that mistakes happen every now and then. You right, Jared from Subway. Every now and then you do have a whole bunch of underage porn, and then
Hey, it's the best thing to
what goes well? Yeah. A chicken teriyaki sandwich and some child porn. What the fuck?
Excuse me, sir. How old are you for this foot long?
Let's get right into Jared from Subway there, Tony, because we can't just keep teasing people about this whole thing. So Jared from Subway, Tony, where are you, buddy? Where are you?
Hold on 1 minute, Kevin. Hold on.
He's still staring at his dog down there.
Slow down, Kevin. Slow down for 1 second. Slow down.
Slow down. All right, Sparky, you catch up and we'll keep talking here.
Oh, I'm dying.
Listen, Jared from Subway was accidentally sent some money there, Tony, right? And just, right here, dude. He was sent Bitcoin, right?
He was sent Bitcoin, Ethereum, actually.
He was sent Ethereum. Okay. He was sent. How much Ethereum was he sent?
$1.5 million.
Now, for anybody out there that actually knows how a Bit or a Ethereum wallet or any of these wallets work, it is damn near impossible to get that whole address screwed up and say, it was an accident. You have a lot of stuff to type in there and then scream it was an accident. Now, if you missed one letter and then switched it up and conveniently came over to Jared from Subway. Well, Jared from Subway, some god that is creepy as fuck is looking down on you and smiling. Sparky's got that big board. Flip it around there, Sparky.
You got to slow down a little bit, Kevin. You got to slow down. I was working on last pictures.
Right. Fun with my new fan. Just bought it yesterday. Oh, look at that. You see, Tony, it was the fan was yesterday years old. That's why not only fans, it was yesterday's year old. Hashtag mileage on my bikini. There is Martha Stewart's beautiful picture right there, along with the fan, and she's laying down there on the bed.
Is that Madonna?
It might be Madonna. Might be out of the.
She might start her own OnlyFans. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, so Tony, you actually shared one of my favorite stories on here with the resurrecting of the CRISPR stories.
Oh,
right?
okay.
My God, and this is a really good. It got only a 43 post reach, but it was probably one of the best stories on there. It's resurrecting a 2.6 billion year old ancient CRISPR system. Of how researchers figured out that this is how people used to edit genes back in the day, just by it being stuck and fossilized into the walls. So, I mean, one of those great reads. If you ever feel like inviting your friends to the Podguyz podcast fan page to, be the cool friend and have them out, or if you really want to be the cool friend, see what Sparky's wearing right there for our non-viewing audience. He's got a big microphone that says right next to it, the Podguyz podcast, that can be found at merchbooth.com under the podcast section on merchbooth.com. So, that's Jesus Christ, $1.5 million to Jared from Subway. How can, dude, hey, anybody wants to send that to my wallet, you can have some fun and do it all day. But yeah,
the way that they sent it to him was actually with the anagram Jared from Subway.
How about the wonderful Whoopi Goldberg didn't like that Sonny Houston revealing that she farts on The View?
Oh, that's that whole situation is a train wreck wrapped in an enigma. That not necessarily even takes a shitty situation for a shitty person.
Well, I guess Whoopi Goldberg feels like they talk about more important things than farts on The View. And I firmly disagree. I think that farts are probably the most important thing that I've ever heard mentioned on The View right now.
And it's the only thing that's actually making them relevant.
I feel I lean in when I'm like, hold on.
Yeah.
They're talking about everyday stuff here instead of just left-wing propaganda bullshit where they become the toned down morning mimosa version of fucking CNN. But just throwing it out there, man. But your boy, your wonderful, your favorite rapper, Tony, got himself into some trouble there, according to complex.com. Arrested Island Boys member, tell me, I'm going to butcher this name here.
Kodiak?
Right? And I hopefully, Kodiak Red's ex-girlfriend. And it's now, hold on. Now people are going to think that I'm an idiot. I don't know how to read or something. This is how Kodiak is spelled. KODIYAKREDD''S. Kodiak Red's ex-girlfriend removing tattoos after alleged domestic battery incident. Now, this kid, he's got tattoos on his face. He talks about being an island boy. He's going to take you one-on-one. He's going to be an island boy. He's going to take you one-on-one. Yeah, because he's an island boy, take you one-on-one. And these people were mocked over not being creative and just thrown under the bus and I think they might have a little bit of a mental illness going on there along with the whole idea. She's looking to remove all memories of him after, I guess he hit her, Tony, or something.
Yeah, like every like every popular person does to their wife, he needs to set her in line. No, he apparently
could be a rule. I was trying to write a joke about this, right? Where because I went off of how they have indecent assault. Police charged a man with indecent assault, so there should be a decent assault taught to men. Right? So that way you don't get in trouble. Like, hold on now. How did he hit you again? Backhand right to the face. Ooh. Well, that was his non-dominant hand, right? Okay. This is a decent assault right here. I'm just saying, you kind of have a counter opposite.
So this is a shitty story. Like in general, I don't like the way that this story goes because according to TMZ, the owner of Bad Habits Tattoo and Laser Tattoo Removal, Liz Schiavano, said that Amina, who is Kodiak Red's ex-girlfriend, will have to have a lot more sessions, and it could take 1.5 years to fully remove the ink that she got onto her body from Kodiak Red. And that the removal process could be quicker than expected. But Amina has to go back to the shop every 6 weeks.
That has to get expensive.
I would probably assume so.
Yeah, I guess they're still in Florida, Tony. So that is your Florida man right there. Yeah,
could be.
She suffered bruises on her chin, legs, and arms. She also reportedly hit her head in the pool. I know what you're thinking. Must be nice to have a pool.
Maybe he hit her with the wet noodle.
It could have been a pool fight. She was released. She took an Instagram story to let everybody know because why not air everybody's business like that? Well, Kodiak Red. Now, listen, if you're really surprised about a person with tattoos on their face being violent towards you and you're a woman and this is catching you off guard, well, I hate to say it, but you're about as smart as Dorothy making the fucking Tin Man wielding an axe a little bit more mobile. Yeah, let's get him going. Ooh, let's invite the fucking lion. Let's invite a talking lion down the way too. Hey, this scarecrow, he said he doesn't have a brain, so conscience isn't there either. So listen, man, she's probably just his type. Not that smart. Sparky's got the big reveal going on right there because Sparky was down at the scene. We are not taking that one-on-one. Where is my dog? Ooh. Oh, look at that. They're
the Island Boys right there. Very
the
nice.
Island Boys, and right on the side there is Martha Stewart. Standing on the side of the Island Boys. I like how Sparky kind of drew that because they look somewhat shocked. See their face?
And accurate, by the way.
Very accurate. You could decipher who's who throughout the whole entire thing. Oh my God. Let's get back to your big story. We kind of skipped over it there with the toe sucker there, Tony.
Oh, you want me to talk about the toe sucker?
Yeah, I guess his name is Peter Brennan from Texas, right?
He is Peter Brennan from Texas.
Peter Brennan, and this guy. Now, for our viewing audience out there, I'm going to shove it right in the camera. Right? We don't have any special graphics. We're not using StreamYard. We're using. Look at what this guy looks like. This guy looks like somebody that wants to hang out with Tony, but Tony says, "No, I don't have the time, man. I'm sorry." So look at this guy right here. Look at him. Look at that. Tony who is that? Huh? If Sparky and Tony had a baby, they look like that guy right there. Look at Tony's making the face too. Yo, this guy was trying to make a duck face for his fucking mugshot. Look at that. Valenciano.
So, oh God,
Yeah. Roll the story up there, my man. Roll it up.
I'm dying. So a hotel guest is planning to sue a hotel chain after says that he woke up in the middle of the night
In the middle of the night.
to find a leech on the end of his toes. That leech had a name. His name is Peter Brennan.
Peter Brennan.
They're at the Hilton downtown Nashville Hotel on March 30th for a work conference. Although Peter Brennan was working on his toes.
Now the comments from the Podguyz podcast community on the Facebook fan page are just, these are some funny people right here. So Johnny Ochapinti said, comments, been there. And I had to say which side of there, I had to reply, because how are you not going to reply to that idea? Tony Kaz replied back to me. I had the same reaction. And then Ochapinti finally clears it up. He says, it was at my dad's friend's lake house overlooking the lake. We've all been there. So whatever happens at the lake house, I guess a lot of toe sucking it goes on there. Jared Calbro puts down, he says, he looks like he's from Pittston with that hair. Geez, give the man a comb. So there's a big concern over the hair right there. Man not again, says Patrick Barrows. Scott Wilkins puts down, that's the 5th time this week. So somebody's keeping count. Tony replied back to Scott saying, why do you keep going back? Laughing out loud. Scott puts down hazard pay ? So Shane Tharp, big shout out to Shane Tharp saying, what's the address? Asking for a friend. So what is that address there, Tony?
A wrap.
A wrap. What is the address there then, Tony?
The address is in the Hilton downtown Nashville Hotel in Nashville, Tennessee.
Tennessee. Isn't that where that cop was from? Oh my God, Sparky, were you there? You can say the words so that way
you know that we have a big budget here at the Podguyz podcast, and every once in a while, our budget goes to CCTV cameras.
Yep, and we can't find a way to upload those exact cameras onto Zoom, so we have Sparky draw them into complete perfection. So Sparky, what do you got there? Let's turn around the big board right there. He says, now if you suck on those toes for 5 minutes, then turn them over. They will be done quickly. Serve with jam. So there, for our non-viewing audience, he is having Martha Stewart narrate how someone should prepare toe sucking.
It's a beautiful thing.
Beautiful thing. Martha Stewart is making a comeback in an amazing way right there. She is she's basically telling you how to do your daily perverted things in such a nice way.
She's a phenomenal person, a phenomenal baker / cook, very decorated.
She would have gotten away with the insider trading thing if only she was a senator.
That's true. That's very true.
Oh God! So Tony, you shared another one about this JoJo Siwa.
JoJo Siwa. Yeah. So JoJo Siwa, as everyone happens to know, maybe Kevin doesn't know, but JoJo Siwa, she is adored by many as being the Sparky. Am I right or wrong for JoJo Siwa? She was in a cheerleading thing.
Yeah. It was.
She would make bows for all the girls.
It was one of those shows. Yes.
All right.
He was like a cheerleader or dance moms or whatever it was, but yeah.
Something like that. Dance moms or cheerleading or something. Something had happened where JoJo Siwa was the very quintessential, girl's girl of America. So like very wholesome, very cutesy, very free, and she's homemade
like
apple
a
pie.
Punky Brewster type,
Like
or?
a Punky Brewster apple pie.
Okay, like a little Debbie snack person, right?
Yeah. So how the tides have turned. The YouTuber, because she does YouTube now, who has been candid about her dating life, revealed the challenges of getting walked in on by your parents on a recent episode of We're Having Gay Sex Podcast.
Okay.
So, she said, it's my third night with this partner. Things are escalating. It's really fun. I'm happy. I'm having the time of my life. Cut to the next day. My dad comes up to me and he's like, hey, you guys had fun last night. Not really what you wanted to hear. But she goes, oh, I heard, but we were not loud. Our rooms are far apart. I can scream and you wouldn't hear me. So she then continues to say, so I'm like, what? Last night you called me. Apparently she butt dialed her dad while doing some naughty things in the house.
So did her dad not continue the phone call and hang up knowing that it wasn't appropriate for him to listen in?
On her and her partner?
Yeah. Did that exactly happen or no?
I don't know if that ever actually came up in the conversation, but now that you say it,
it should be the main thing that
you would think
you would automatically do.
You would think that this whole conversation that she had with her dad about having, some sort of relations in her own way.
Well, she's how old now? She's allowed to have a life, right?
Yeah, I don't know how old she is actually.
Okay, well, she's old enough to fuck, right, Tony?
Sure.
She's over 18.
Yeah.
All right. So this shouldn't be a problem. In fact, her dad sounds like a goddamn pervert.
Very much so. Yeah.
All right. She looks very young, actually, in this picture right now. JoJo reveals that her dad is a pervert scumbag who listened to her fucking. Wow. This isn't too tough right here. This is the YouTuber who has been candid about her dating life revealed the challenges of getting walked in on by your parents on a recent episode of We're Having Gay Sex Podcast, which if you wondered what that podcast might be about, it's fucking in the title. We're Having Gay Sex Podcast. This does not sound like wholesome little Debbie there, Tony. I'm thinking Lisa Simpson, and here she's hosting a podcast.
She actually turns 20 years old in a couple days.
She's 20 years old. Okay. It's my third night with this partner. Things are escalating. It's really fun. I'm happy. I'm having the time of my life, she explains, and that's great for her. Cut to the next day. My dad comes up to me and he's like, you guys had fun last night. Really not what you want to hear. She told the podcast that her parents are very supportive and that she's very comfortable with them, but not that comfortable. Because who is that comfortable? Tony, have you ever had your parents come up to you and say, hey, Tony, I heard you fucking last night. Huh? Has that ever happened?
Actually.
Holy shit.
It only happened once in my life.
What do you mean it happened once in your life?
I'm not going to get into too many details.
No, okay. We'll talk about the situation like it's not actually you then. So you heard about that guy, your friend, right? That friend of yours. Yeah. We're not going to get into the only interesting thing that's going on. You're
not
like,
today,
no.
Satan, not today.
Not today. All right. So I'll just, you're leaving more for the imagination here then, which is worse than saying actually what happened.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into too many details.
I feel like for some odd reason, your wife is standing there staring at you this whole podcast. You know, like the whole time, angry as all hell. So she told the podcast that her parents are very supportive and that she's very comfortable with them, but not that comfortable. He goes, "Oh, I heard, but we were not that loud," she explains. "Our rooms are far apart. I can scream and you wouldn't hear me." Now, hold the fuck on, because that's something. Did she test this range out? Did she have an orgy in her parents' house before? And we're going to assume no one was wearing earplugs at all for the orgy. Yeah. And they said, "Wow, you guys were right down the hall having multiple orgasm after multiple orgasm."
I don't know. She said that you could hear her like David Carradine.
Oh, like that's a silent closet orgasm.
It is.
It's So I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Last night you called me. After the penny dropped, JoJo was very strict rules place, blah, blah, blah. So now she says she has a rule, no matter what, phones are put to the side because I butt dialed my dad." So she butt dialed her dad and he listened.
For a long time.
Long enough. Like that, if you're a good parent, it's fine. If you are accepting your child's straight, gay, bisexual, anything, pansexual, that's one of them, I think. But what is not okay is for you to listen in on a phone call that obviously wasn't meant. And you know when somebody butt dials you, they don't respond for minutes at a time. You hang up. You don't listen to the orgasm. Also, it's no mistake. You have her in your contacts. You know that's your kid. Oh, my God. So now this poor girl has to say, "Okay, before we do anything, everybody's phone's got to go on the coffee table because I once butt dialed my dad and he told me that he listened to the whole thing." Wow. Well, the YouTuber previously admitted that she felt very behind when it came to love and relationships while dealing with the demands of fame. She said, "I've been very behind in the world of love because most people go to a freshman dance and they will go on a date. They go to homecoming with a different date, and then they go to prom 14 times, and then they have a summer fling and they have their hookups and stuff. I never had that. I feel like a lot of the times I'm an 8th grader in Loveland," which means that she just feels very inexperienced. And that's a normal thing. She caught a little bit of fame. So to get involved from whenever she did catch fame to being away from socializing with her age group, yeah, mentally she's probably in the 8th grade. And you know what? Her fucking dad better, treat her with the respect of hanging up the phone when you're hearing your daughter have sex. She also opened up to say that it's hard to date when you're famous. Dude, that's not even the story. You just said that your dad listened to you orgasm with your date, and then she's like, "By the way, dating when you're famous is also kind of tough." Well, all right then.
I'm waiting for the person to come forward who was like, "Oh, I made JoJo see orgasm."
Anytime I'm away.
While her dad listened.
Dude, that's a creepy fucking. Is he still married to the mother? Because, that is something you just don't do.
Yep.
Wait a second. All right. So then you got a story right underneath it that we should probably also get into. It's a big headline right here. Earlier that month, Gwyneth Paltrow, oh, never mind, Sparky was actually listening to the sex in the room with the dad. He was under his bed to report on this beautiful thing. "Oh, daddy, suck on my toes," he puts down as the big headline there on the big board. "Martha, why are you video calling me?" See what she is doing? Now, for our non-viewing audience out there, it has the act being done, the father or Martha Stewart there watching it with the cell phone. Two stick figures are going at each other with, it's a very disturbing picture. So for anybody that's still with us on the podcast watching right now, you are watching probably one of the most disturbing things Sparky has ever put down. This looks like a Rob Zombie storyboard.
and we're gonna paint this picture. It's JoJo Siwa and the guy that was sucking toes from the hotel.
Is that her dad? Was her dad the guy? Because if that's what I bet you that's what her dad looks like. He's that creepy fucking weird bastard that looks like he's Napoleon Dynamite's uncle or whatever the hell. Just that Kipper looking fuck, you know, or he's just like. All right.
Honey?
Yeah, but dude, right? So Sparky, that is
going to be a very progressive looking dad. Like especially for having a daughter that's bisexual or lesbian.
He would probably have to have a certain look to him, you know, where he's just like, hey, we're open about everything. I even told, and that's fucked up too, to even tell to your daughter, like, hey, you guys were kind of loud, right? And she's like, no, we weren't. And he's like, well, I heard it on my phone. It's like, that's not how hallways work. You know that, right? That's a phone. That's a separate thing.
That's a lot fucked up.
That's
to unravel in therapy.
Therapy. That's a crime. It's like, but officer, I was just listening to it on my phone. She gave me no consent. Earlier this
week, I should have just let it go to voicemail and listen to it over and over and over again.
You and your daughter are in the same house. Why the fuck would she call you? Right? Ah, man, that is terrible. Who was her dad? Jared from Subway? Oh, never mind. She's his daughter, not fucking son. Okay, great. You know, it's not his type.
Yeah.
So we got a story right underneath it that needs just as much attention.
Alrighty.
Gwyneth Paltrow's daughter left horrified after her mom goes into extreme detail about sex life. Now, we all know Gwyneth Paltrow was selling candles that smelled like her vagina, okay? And that's what she's comfortable with the public smelling and knowing about her. So imagine you're her daughter in a very free-ish setting. And here we are. So earlier this week, Paltrow appeared on the Call Her Daddy podcast. What the fuck? Are we the only ones with a good name for the podcast? We're the Podguyz podcast. By the way, you can find our merchandise at merchbooth.com there. But this one is called Call Her Daddy podcast. Fuck, man. That is just okay. Where she revealed quite a lot about her sex life, including sharing details about her famous ex-boyfriends, Brad Pitt and Ben Affleck. You can see Apple's reaction to her mom, Frank.
Describing.
So she named her kid Apple along with it.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So Paltrow, 50 years old, started dating Pitt back in 1994 with the pair getting engaged, but it wasn't meant to be. They split up in 1997. Later that year, Paltrow began a relationship with Affleck. However, they broke up in 2000. Paltrow went on to marry Coldplay's Chris Martin, because if anybody you really want after, you go from Brad Pitt and Ben Affleck, the next step down is a Coldplay, right?
Or Nickelback, whatever.
Yeah, you're working your way backwards through the Hollywood dick right there, fucking Gwyneth Paltrow. Good for you.
Yeah, Pauly Shore's next.
I heard that she's all skin and bones. Well, a lot of people don't know that Gwyneth Paltrow actually has a liver disease, which left her all yellow. That's another terrible thing. So
that's a great pun, though.
She shares a kid apple. She's talking about sharing an apple the old-fashioned way. The Hollywood way to share an apple is to have a child, name it Apple, get divorced, and then share it. Very healthy way they do things out there in California there, Tony. But
she's very progressive. She's very open about her sexual relationships and sexual escapades.
Yeah, I've seen conservatives, progressives with beating the shit out of each other in a trailer, I progressed my fucking fist right into her mouth.
Yeah. She goes into detail about like, I don't know how it got into conversation, but she talked about their junks.
Oh, she went talking about different dicks. So
shit.
here we got host Alex
Everybody's
Cooper as the
frozen.
Iron Man star. I like how they refer to Gwyneth Paltrow there as the Iron Man star. Like she was there. Gwyneth Paltrow was kind of needed to a degree. She was not really a main character, but she was definitely in the movie. So after saying that both the Hollywood stars were good kissers, Paltrow was then asked who was better in bed. Now, this is by Alex Cooper, okay? Not Alice Cooper, but a guy named Alex Cooper. That is really hard because Brad was like sort of a major chemistry, love of your life kind. Well, holy shit, spoiler alert. And then Ben was like, technically excellent. After making the shocking revelation, she added, I can't believe my daughter is listening to this. What a cunt. Anyways, now Cooper has shared exactly how the moment went down for poor Apple in the clip, which was posted on Call Her Daddy Instagram page. The 18-year-old could be seen covering her ears as her mouth dropped open in shock. About when Gwyneth Paltrow was talking about dicks of the past that aren't your dad's dicks. I mean, what is she going to do next? Talk about your dad's dicks next and how he used to rule her world, if you know what I mean. But that was when he ruled the world, Tony.
That's when he ruled the world. Yes.
Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. A caption alongside the clip says, I love you, Apple. Thanks for supporting the show and your moms on this clip. Look at this. She's kind of laughing there a little bit. And that is a picture of Gwyneth Paltrow. That's not even her kid. Man, she doesn't age. But elsewhere on the podcast, and to add to Apple's blushes, the Goop founder.
Wait.
Fuck, Marry, Kill. And Sparky might be playing that game on the big board right now.
Wanna smell the candle that is scented like my vajiji? No, take it back.
You know what Gwyneth Paltrow should do? She should scent candles the way that her pussy smelled after getting fucked by Brad Pitt. You know, the Brad Pitt after dick scent. I'm sure it'll be a really big seller for the Goop product for the people that are fans of Goop. I bet
you have to call it the curious case of Benjamin hitting the button.
There you go.
Okay.
So Gwyneth Paltrow was like, Ben Affleck was about as good in bed as he was playing Batman. Technically good. I mean, he put the suit on.
I don't know.
He hit the all red.
He fired the gas cannon every once in a while.
Yeah, he took a deep dive. By the time he got there, she was nothing but a bad cave.
Yeah. Maybe he sprayed her vajiji with the anti-shark repellent.
The anti-shark repellent. God. After considering it, she decided she'd have sex with Pitt, remarry Martin, and sorry, Affleck. So in a game of fuck, marry, kill, she decided that she'd fuck Brad Pitt, marry her ex-husband that she was with the longest time, and the person that she wouldn't really worry about killing would be Ben Affleck, because who's going to notice he's dead anyways? I actually didn't even know that he was with her for the longest time. Tony, did you know that?
Yeah, actually.
Wow. I think that I like him with Jennifer Lopez so much better. They seem to be like a real couple. Like,
I don't know. They've been hitting the news lately too.
They have, yeah, with the and you know what? This is what I love about it, because they give each other real couple frustrating looks, which means that they're not afraid to be each other around each other.
Well, I think the weird thing is that they've been they're very animated once they actually get into their whole rhythmic, personal life. Mm-hmm. And what happened was I guess they had a discussion either in the car or out in public that got pretty heated up not too long ago. And of course, when you have paparazzi right around every corner and every minute of your aspect of your life, I mean, they're taking pictures of you yelling to your husband about, the wrong shit that you picked up at the grocery store.
Yeah, and it's kind of tough to be in a relationship with somebody and
especially famous.
Yeah, you're famous and
you no longer have a personal life. You have no, you have no private life in general.
Correct. So and listen, for anybody that's been in a relationship in a long time and and you're having one of those arguments, imagine 10 people in front of you with cameras ready to take a picture of you no matter what, makeup on, makeup off, whether you're midway through an argument, asking you invasive questions, getting up in your face. And they've already broken up a wedding over, these guys were going to be married the first time around, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
And the fame of Benifer, they were a Benifer, right?
Benifer, yep.
Benifer, okay. So the fame kind of it gets to you. It gets to you after a while.
Of course it does.
So they broke them. The press broke them up the first time. It's not that their love for each other wasn't stronger or eventually meant to be. It's just that you can only mentally take so much as a human being. And then Jennifer Lopez, she went from, a couple of different guys, had a couple of different kids, and Ben still was there, and they still had that same chemistry, which is great. Really, it's awful that it had to happen that way, but eventually the true love that they did share for each other conquered the whole situation, which is beneficial.
It goes to show you, when you have a great girlfriend and things are going great and you know that things are great, that things, even though they may go astray sometimes, always make full circle.
Yeah. I mean, well, exactly. And that's very well put. But here we have another story to bring up, Tony. This is a big news day. And this is one that you shared. Where I'm sharing, you're sharing, we're doing the whole thing here. Sparky never gets on the page, which is just whoa, holy crap, there, Sparky's got it right up there. You said you were done with that role. Oh, okay.
I'm assuming that's Batman and Robin.
That is Batman and Robin.
With
and
J-Lo.
J-Lo. Yeah. No? Sparky, you explain your picture then.
Wrong movie.
Oh, Daredevil.
No. Ben Affleck is going to be in the new Batman movie. Spoiler. I mean, the new Flash movie. Spoiler.
Okay, so explain your picture, Sparky. Spoiler.
Batman, Flash.
Batman and Flash.
J-Lo.
With J-Lo.
And
Martha Stewart.
And Martha.
Of course, Martha's there. Hey, she needs a part. Maybe Poison Ivy. Maybe she could play Poison Ivy.
Ooh, okay.
Because she's good with plants, right?
Yes, she's good with plants.
And she's been alive so long that you're pretty sure she might have poisoned somebody. So we got one right here. Tony shared. It's and this is, this sometimes happens. Lil Wayne ends concert early after fans show lack of interest in supporting acts.
This is a great story for me because I was hilariously laughing at the not necessarily even the side acts that they have for that particular show. But if you go into the story, it actually says
right into it. Yep, I'm already into it. It says Lil Wayne drew his latest show to an abrupt end after seemingly being left unimpressed by the crowd's response to his Young Money artists. The 40-year-old rapper performed, and 40 years old is old for a rapper.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like when your grandma's dog turns 25, you're like, whoa, he's still alive.
And honestly, like when we talk to Blind Fury, who is a very prominent, fantastic rapper, he said there is an end date at some point in time.
Yeah, there has to be, unless you're Jay-Z and you have some Egyptian spell on you to keep you and your wife Beyonce, young forever. I know Tony's signaling there. So the 40-year-old rapper performed the final
Illuminati.
Welcome to the Carter Tour at the Wiltern in Los Angeles on Saturday, May 13th. But things ended on a slightly sour note as he decided to call it earlier than expected. You can see him addressing the crowd here. Lil Wayne said, Lil Wayne, his real name is not
Wayne Michael Carter Jr.
Wayne Michael Carter Jr. reportedly played for around half an hour before he took an intermission while Young Money artists Alan Kubis, John Little Twist came on and performed. However, now this is the big problem, Tony. This is what I'm seeing right off the bat, okay? You're the main act.
Yeah.
Come on later.
Yeah,
you
why?
Come on later. You can't come on early and then leave. Okay. It's like when you tell Dave Chappelle, hey man, you got 5 minutes, and then he goes outside to smoke a cigarette. Everyone's gonna go with him. Mm-hmm. So this is the wrong etiquette on his part to begin with, okay? And came on. However, upon returning to the stage, Lil Wayne appeared annoyed at the reception his fellow rappers got. By the way, he came back. Okay, so he didn't want to watch his own rappers get up there, right? Yeah. Because he was doing something else anyways. This guy is an idiot. Are you serious? You're mad at the crowd and you didn't fucking stick around yourself? In fact, you coming on stage as the big headliner to the whole fucking thing drew the attention away from them. Does he not know this? This is not new stuff.
Yeah.
In footage shared online, he could be heard yelling, "We appreciate it, but we ain't about to be bending over backwards for these folks. We work too hard for this shit. We work way too hard." Addressing the crowd, he continued, "This my motherfucking artist, Alan. That was Twist. That was Ja. We are all Young Money. We appreciate y'all all the time." He then placed his mic on the stage and walked off as confused concert goers waited for him to return. The lights flickered on and off, and they were told to exit the venue after less than an hour.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So let me break it down.
No returns, no refunds. This is
what he did. He came on stage. Everyone's like, Lil Wayne's on stage already so early, right at the beginning of the show. Yeah. He starts rapping for 5 to 10 minutes, right? Then leaves. And people are like, where's he going? Comes back and everyone's like, and he says, whoa. No one likes my artists. Dude, you are the top ticket. All your sub artists, you just became the biggest distraction at your own concert. And that's not the fucking fans' fault. You are supposed to lead the show correctly.
Yeah. 100%. Sparky, what do you got for the final story of our night? We're ready. I am leaving. The stage is ours. Break out the sticky icky. Clearly, you know where Martha Stewart was hanging out last night.
Yeah, Martha Stewart was apparently on stage, and that is a distraction for everybody. So they were probably like, what's Martha Stewart here? But Sparky, wouldn't just draw something that wasn't real, that didn't actually happen. He has artistic integrity. He used to draw for CNN. Well, it was actually CNN. But,
no.
you know, it was the lower version of the CNN.
No.
There are more N's. The less N's there are, the
Yeah.
better. Oh shit.
We're gonna wrap up the shindig.
Wrapping it up.
If you guys liked what you heard today, of course, like, share, comment below. We are circular, folks. We are circular. In the realm of the podcasting world, we are the Podguyz podcast. Where can you find us, Sparky?
You can find us on every single major streaming platform, including iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Spreaker, Deezer, Castbox, Pocket Cast, My Imaginary Geo Rio,
Rio.
Facebook Live video. Did I say Google Play? Google Play? I didn't say Google Play. Google Play. And then there was like 3 or 4 more that you keep on telling me that I always keep on forgetting about. So
I do.
You never gave me the list. So I got to write it down one day.
Oh, well, you have the board, right?
Yeah, but I erase it every time though. So
Yeah, he does.
it's not a double-sided board. It's only one side.
Whatever.
And then also, don't forget, buy our merch, merchbooth.com.
Oh, we have that?
Yeah, we
got
do
merch.
actually have merch at merchbooth.com, Tony. You can go to merchbooth.com and find all of your Podguyz podcast gear, hoodies, t-shirts, tank tops, socks, all apparel that you might think could say the Podguyz podcast on it. We have it at merchbooth.com. Now, if you say the prices are too high, then you are cheap and the terrorists have won.
The terrorists have won. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want the terrorists to win, right?
Yeah. Officially, Sparky, we're on Spotify, iTunes, Spreaker, Apple Podcast, Chrome, Google Podcast.
Chrome. What is Chrome?
Chrome. You could actually just listen to podcasts on Chrome. Podcast Addict and Amazon Music.
Oh, we're big time. We're Amazon.
We're on Amazon. Go figure.
No, is that under Prime or just Amazon?
Maybe both.
Is Sparky's going to start? We're going to start up an Amazon store shortly. It's going to be the Podguyz Podcast Amazon store where you can purchase all of Sparky's artwork from seasons 1, 2, and 3.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's spicy. That's a good book right there.
it's pretty spicy. I've got a software program. I'm going to send it over to you, Tony, because I can't send it over to Sparky because his technology skills are not good. Yeah, for those of you that can't see, Tony's big fat 0 is there in his hand.
I'm only good at drawing. I'm not good with technology. You know. Hey,
That's
I
true. That's true.
I still dig a hole with the shovel. That doesn't make me obsolete.
Whatever. Guys, we are the Podguyz podcast. I'm Tony Kaz.
Kevin Neary here.
Of course, the ever-loving Picasso.
Okay.
Guys, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you share, like, and comment below. Share, like, subscribe. Have a good night.